For 6 weeks in a row, something has been happening on the Billboard charts that has never happened before in American music history. Women haven't just topped the country charts, they've taken over the entire top 5. And 3 artists are at the center of it: Ella Langley, Taylor Swift, and a rising newcomer named Stella Lefty. If you love country music, or you just love a good chart history story, stick around, because this one is wild. Let's rewind for a second. Country music has always had legendary women: Dolly Parton, Reba McEntire, Miranda Lambert, but even in their biggest years, none of them ever saw women completely dominate the top 5 of the Hot Country Songs chart week after week, the way it's happening right now in 2026. On the chart dated July 25th, Billboard confirmed something historic. Women held every single spot in the top 5 for a 6th consecutive week. That has never occurred before in the history of the chart. And when you look at who's actually on that list, it reads like a who's who of the current country music moment. At the very top sits Ella Langley. And honestly, calling this her breakout year almost undersells it. Langley occupied 3 of the 5 slots on that chart. Her song, Choosin' Texas, sat at number 1. Be Her landed at number 3. And her duet with Morgan Wallen, I Can't Love You Anymore, rounded out the list at number 5. Choosin' Texas isn't just a hit. It's become one of the most dominant country singles in Billboard history. The track has spent over 15 weeks at number 1 on the Hot 100, making it the longest-running non-holiday solo number 1 by a female artist in the chart's history, surpassing legendary songs by Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston. Think about that for a second. A country song by a country artist, outlasting some of the biggest pop anthems of all time. And it's not just the singles. Langley's album, Dandelion, has crossed 100,000 equivalent album units in 4 separate weeks since it dropped. That's the first time a woman's country album has done that since Billboard started measuring albums by units back in 2014. Now, you can't talk about women topping the charts without Taylor Swift showing up somewhere, and sure enough, she's right there at number 2 with I Knew It, I Knew You. The song actually opened at number 1 back in June before Langley reclaimed the top spot, and it's held strong at number 2 for weeks since. What's notable here is that Swift isn't leading this particular chart run, she's part of it. For years, when women made chart history in country or pop, Taylor Swift was usually the one setting the record. This time, she's sharing the spotlight. And by most accounts in the industry, she seems completely fine with that. It says something about where country music is right now, that even an artist as dominant as Swift is just one piece of a much bigger wave. But if you ask us, the most interesting name on this list might be the one casual fans don't know yet: Stella Lefty. Her song Boston sat at number 4 on that historic chart, and it's her very first entry in the Hot Country Songs Top 10. Here's what makes her rise stand out. Since the song hit the Hot 100 back in April, Boston has climbed steadily, not overnight, but week after week, gaining streams and radio airplay until it broke into the top 10. That kind of slow-build success is rare in 2026, when most hits either explode in week 1 or fade fast. Industry watchers have pointed out that Lefty is the first woman to reach the Hot Country Top 10 with a debut single since Gabby Barrett's I Hope back in 2020, and interestingly, songwriter Noah Kahan even received a writing credit on the track. So why does this matter beyond just chart trivia? Because Nashville, for decades, has been criticized for sidelining women artists, fewer radio spins, fewer top slots, fewer major label pushes compared to their male counterparts. Some music critics covering this story have voiced real caution, pointing out that beyond Langley and a small handful of others, there still isn't a deep bench of women getting the same marketing muscle that male country stars get on radio. But others see genuine hope in what's happening. The fact that this sweep is being driven by streaming numbers and organic fan support, not just industry push, suggests audiences are actively choosing these songs. Whether or not this turns into a lasting shift for women in country music, it's already impossible to ignore. So here's where we're at. An unprecedented 6th straight week of women owning the entire top 5 of the country charts, led by an artist having arguably the biggest year in modern country music history, alongside a superstar who's used to being the record breaker herself and a rising newcomer proving that slow, steady growth still works. The big question now is how long can this run last? And who's the next woman ready to break into that top 5? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to subscribe for more country music chart updates every week.